I just want to read a little bit of the book that I just wrote because I'm very excited about it. The book title is From Someday to Success. Premise of the book is don't wait for someday or for the perfect moment to start living your dreams. Start now, start small, and take the first step. Let me just read the introduction to you. Thoreau wrote about lives of quiet desperation over 150 years ago. But he couldn't have imagined how prophetic these words would become. Today, millions of people wake up to alarm clocks they hate, commute to jobs that drain their souls, work for bosses who don't appreciate them, and earn paychecks that barely cover their expenses. They collapse into bed each night only to repeat the cycle the next day. They're not living, they're surviving. If this describes you, your reality, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck. I understand the temptation to wait for the rescue. When you're overwhelmed by debt, stuck in a dead-end job, or watching others succeed while you struggle, it's natural to hope someone will throw you a lifeline. But here's the hard truth. Waiting to be rescued is like waiting for a train that's never coming. Here's what we must all understand. Regardless of our age, background, education, or past mistakes, we have the power to change direction. Success isn't reserved for the privileged few. It's available to anyone willing to learn the right strategies and apply them consistently. The biggest obstacle isn't your circumstances, it's the belief that you must wait for perfect conditions or someone else's permission to start building the life you want. Yes, some circumstances may have been beyond your control. Economic crashes, industry disruptions, family crisis, health challenges, but here's the crucial distinction. While you may not be responsible for everything that's happened to you, you are responsible for what you do next. Now, this book isn't another collection of motivational quotes or feel-good platitudes. It's a practical roadmap based on specific strategies I use to transform my life and the proven methods I've seen work for hundreds of others. You'll discover a process that can take you from dreaming about change to implementing it, regardless of your current circumstances or past failures. And I'll tell you, I write about a lot of my past failures in this book. And yet, you can still accomplish great things. The transformation process you'll learn is built on 4 foundational shifts that separate dreamers from achievers. First, you'll discover why someday is the enemy of success and how to create urgency around your goals. You'll learn to replace someday with specific dates and concrete actions. Second, you'll learn to create your dreams as valuable investments you'll learn to treat your dreams as valuable investments rather than idle fantasies. Most people dismiss their biggest aspirations as unrealistic, but successful people understand that dreams are simply goals without deadlines and action plans. Third, you'll master the art of making decisions that stick, even when motivation fails. Decision-making is a skill that can be developed, and once you understand the psychology behind commitment, you'll find it much easier to follow through on your intentions. Finally, you'll learn to use goals as a strategic system for turning decisions into reality. Goals aren't just wishes with deadlines, they're the architecture of achievement, the blueprint that transforms abstract desires into concrete results. Now, I need to be clear about something here. Reading this book won't change your life, but applying these principles will. There's a moment in a movie that I love called Open Range, where Kevin Costner's character and Robert Duvall's character are kind of at the final moments of the movie, and Robert Duvall's character, while he's preparing for this impossible task, they've tried everything they could. They've tried to work things out. They've tried to stay clear of this boss that is running the town and the area. And yet, as a result of them trying to stay in their own space, one of their cowhands is killed, murdered by some of the boss hand's people, and another one is beat so bad that he's essentially waiting. They're not sure if he's going to recover, right? So at this moment, the two heroes have decided there's nothing more we can do. We've got to fight back. We've tried to do everything we possibly could, and it's not working. So as the two heroes share some store-bought chocolate and prepare for what could be the last minutes of their life, boss, Robert Duvall's character, wants to make something crystal clear to Charlie, Kevin Costner's character. He says, in no uncertain terms, he plans to see this through. He wants his trusted friend to understand that once things start, there's no going back. Boss looks at Charlie and says, you best get your mind right about what's got to be done here, Charlie. They're facing impossible odds against corrupt forces that seem too powerful to defeat, but they've decided that backing down isn't an option. That's exactly where you are, and me, right now with our lives. If we really want to transform our circumstances, we need to get our minds right about what must be done. This isn't about positive thinking. It's about accepting that change requires action, often uncomfortable action, taken consistently over time, day to day. So that's kind of the opening introduction to my book. And from there it goes forward. And we talk about getting our dreams off Someday Island, setting goals, small ones to get us started, being disciplined. You know, because truth is, we're all experts at setting goals. We think we aren't. In fact, you know, there's the joke about the New Year's Eve resolution that only lasts until the party's over. Reality is we set goals every day. Goals to go to work, goals to get our kids to school. We're experts at all of those things. We pull together all the resources we need to accomplish that. So what I'm saying to you is there is a path to success. It's likely different than you've taken so far. And it's filled full of setbacks. But those setbacks are the keys that make us who we are, that make us better than we are. The beauty about having a goal is when you achieve it, you become something even more magnificent than the goal itself. So take the time. If you'd like, get my book. It's called From Someday to Success. It's in Amazon. You can get it for $19.95, or you can get the ebook. If you get it, please leave us a review. Thanks so much. Have a great day.